All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Nvidia gets subpoena from DoJ, and this is in regards to antitrust violations. They got it yesterday, I believe. This was like late news in the afternoon. But the price actually of Nvidia hasn't done that bad. I think, let's check it right now. Give me a sec. Yahoo Finance. Let's see how it ended today. 106. So I mean, it's not that bad. It had a dip this morning. Obviously, people got the news early in the morning, and it fell to like 104. Then it rebounded to 108, and today it finished at 106. It looks like the after hours is going up slightly, but I don't think this is anything to worry about. I feel like a lot of big companies get these antitrust subpoenas, and just because they're a big company, they have a monopoly on the space. Nvidia owns the GPU sector when it comes to sales. They have like 80-90% dominance on the market. So, these things typically happen. I think Apple got it at one point, Microsoft, Facebook. So all the big companies end up getting this. I have the article here, so let me just share my screen so we can talk about it and we can see what's going on. All right. So it says Nvidia gets subpoena from U.S. DOJ, Bloomberg News report. It says the U.S. Department of Justice has sent a subpoena to Nvidia as it deepens its probe into the AI heavyweights' antitrust practices. Bloomberg News reported on Tuesday, citing people familiar with the investigation. The antitrust watchdog has previously delivered questionnaires and has not sent legally binding requests to Nvidia, the report said, adding that the companies had also received subpoenas. It's just weird that, I feel like the legal system is good for some things and then just bad for other things, because I feel like, if your company is doing so good that it has a monopoly on a specific sector, is that really an issue for the company? But I guess they don't want one person to be a dominant force in the space, and and I think this is an easy way for the U.S. Department to collect a fee, right? So let's keep reading here. It says it says officials are concerned that the chip maker is making it hard to switch to other suppliers and penalizes buyers that do not exclusively use its artificial intelligence chips, the reporter says. Now, I don't know what they mean by penalizing buyers, all right? So if I don't buy from Nvidia and I buy somewhere else, maybe do they have a restriction on, how many chips can be purchased? So for instance, maybe you have to purchase a certain amount of chips in order to become a buyer, right? You can't just buy a small amount. So maybe that's what they mean by being penalized. That's what I'm assuming, right? That's the only way I see that they can penalize a buyer. And then also making it harder to switch to other suppliers. Now, this could mean, they make the chips so good that it's, and nobody can compete with the speed and the amount of capacity the chips can hold or whatnot. They make it so good that other people can't compete. Is that what they mean? I'm not sure. They don't go into detail. It says Nvidia wins on all merit, as reflected in our benchmark results. Customers who can choose whatever solution is best for them, a spokesperson for the company said. Yeah, I mean, people are free to choose what they want. I mean, I don't see the problem here. Last month, the information reported the Department of Justice had launched an investigation into the company after complaints from the competitors it had abused its market dominance. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's basically saying, look, you're doing such a great job that you're not allowing the other people to compete. You have an 80-90% dominance on the GPU space, and you need to let some other people in. Now, they charge 40,000. Jensen, the CEO of Nvidia, was talking about the price of the chips. They charge $40,000 per chip. So, it's very expensive for people to get these Nvidia chips. Obviously, somebody buying in bulk are going to be like big companies like Tesla, Amazon, and I'm not sure if Microsoft. I'm pretty sure Microsoft uses them, but big companies like that, because not a lot of people can buy in bulk for an item that costs 40,000. Now, do I think that's gonna last forever? I don't think so. I think we're gonna find cheaper ways to build these chips. I think we're gonna have other players come into the space. Now, will Nvidia still remain the dominant player? I think so, at least for a little while. I would say for the next 3 to 5 years, Nvidia is going to be dominating. Now, I do think Intel is going to come back. I believe they're coming out with their own AI chip. So, yeah, I think there's something to look out for. And then also, Intel is something I'm looking at to be investing in the future when I build out my stock portfolio. I'm looking to put a big position in Intel, not now, but in the I would say in the next year or so. I would like to build a position out in Intel, and hopefully I can get it in the low 20s, hopefully in the teens. I would like to build out a position, and hopefully I could do that soon. Now, with rate cuts coming, if we do see a pump, it may go to $30. Hopefully it does come back down to maybe mid-20s. But like I said, in the next year or so, hopefully I could build out an Intel position and because I think they're going to do really well. I think over the long term, Intel is going to be here, and maybe it's a 5-year play, but we'll see. I think it could easily reach its all-time highs of 75 and go a lot farther. So maybe 100. And the market cap for this is what, 83 billion. So could it be? I think it could easily reach its 250 to 500 billion if the AI atmosphere environment is as big as it's claiming it's going to claim to be, or it's claiming to be that it will be in the future. I think it could definitely hit 3 to 500 billion. Right now it's at 83, so that's around 4 to 5x or 4 to 6x from here, which will put it around $100. But I think that's more of a 3 to 5 year play. Nothing too soon, so it allows time to build a position when I do. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, I don't think this subpoena to Nvidia is gonna really damage the space or damage the company. If you look at the price, all right, if we go to the price, it's at 106, right? Like if them getting sued was such a big thing, I feel like the price would have been sub 100, right? 90, 95. But again, a lot of companies get sued all the time. And the worst thing that's going to happen to Nvidia is that they get, maybe a couple $100 million fine, or maybe even a couple $1 billion fine. But Nvidia has a lot of cash on its balance sheet, right? It's worth a lot. So paying a couple $1 billion in fines, it's not going to be the end of Nvidia, right? They'll pay that like it's 20,000. So yeah, I think maybe we have some volatility in the future or in the near future, which I don't know, man. Everybody's saying that historically September is a negative month for the stock market, but we're getting rate cuts this month, and people are wondering how much those rate cuts are going to be. Is it going to be 25 basis points? Is it going to be 50 basis points? I don't think we'll get a 75 basis point cut, but there's a possibility we do get a 50 basis point cut. It's going to be 20, and even if we don't, right? If we get a 25 basis point cut, still going to be bullish. Now, people do have the rate cut priced in at 100% because it's inevitable at this point. But I think long story short, I think that's going to help Nvidia pop up, right? I think it's just going to help the tech sector in general. I think there's a lot of talks about a recession, the market crashing. I just don't see that happening. Again, because we have elections coming in November, beginning of November, very early. And I think they do have like a presidential debate this month, right? So everything's kicking off there. They're going to do again the rate cut, right? And then again, we're getting into the cycle of the real bullish cycle of crypto. So, and that may separate from the stock market because typically crypto does follow the stock market. But once we get into the crazy phase of the crypto bull run, crypto does not follow the stock market. It kind of just leaves it by itself. So I think for at least from September to April of next year, it's going to be very bullish. And maybe towards the end of next year is when we start to see, a pullback in prices, right? But yeah, that's my take on the subpoena. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think I don't think anything else is going to come of it. Maybe some short-term negative price action. Maybe we do get Nvidia below $100, right? But I don't think it goes lower than 90. Right, especially again going into the rate cuts, in September, which we're already in September, right? I think the meeting is the 17th, so it's around the corner. It's around the corner, and if we get a 50 basis point cut, I think it's just going to be even bullish for the market, right? All right, that's pretty much it. Go follow me on TikTok, Financial Nutrition. Follow me on Instagram, Mr. Financial Nutrition. I posted today, which is Wednesday. I'll post Friday. I post Sunday. I post Monday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.